So I want you to join us for some restorative movements. Movements that actually relax the body and also quiet the mind. So here's what you need. You need a towel, a mat, and ideally a foam roller, and that's it. Shoes can be off, have socks on or no socks, real simple, where we'll begin. So again, we're gonna quiet your mind and we're gonna relax the body. So I want you guys to start out with some real simple warming up the body. This is called dynamic warm-up. We're gonna modify this. We're just doing a couple arm swings, just getting the body moving, create a little bit of heat so the body actually starts to relax. And then real easy, a couple arm swings into shoulder shrugs. This could be done at the end of your day. You've had a tough day. Give yourself 25 to 30 minutes. And then they're just gonna gently warm up their neck. Shoulders get tight during the day, the neck gets tight. And just real easy, they're gonna do a couple trunk twists. So we're just gonna twist the body, loosen up the back. Again, this is relaxing. This is not gonna be strenuous at all. In fact, this is the most strenuous of what we're gonna do. And a little bit of lateral movement here. Yep, just stretching out the back. And then just gonna round the spine, kind of come down and let your arms hang. So we're going down, that's called flexion. Come up, that's called extension. And then from here, we're gonna go to the floor. So many people, including myself, it starts with extremities. So the ankles, so put the foam roller behind you. So it's the feet and the wrist, we're gonna start there. So the goal here is I want you to get your ankles as flat as possible. So get them right flat. That's where the foam roller comes in. It gives you a little bit of a crutch. You can do this without that, but ideally you want your ankles completely flat. And then we move up into the wrist and the hands. Get your fingers spread apart as far as you can. And get the hands spread right underneath you. So get your hands right underneath you. So slide them back a little bit. And all I want you to do right now is just gently rock side to side. Yeah, I'm just gonna loosen up. You're loosening up the ankles, the feet. And as you get more loose here, I want you to slide your hands out a little bit farther in front of you. And now we're just gonna make a gentle clock position. So you're gonna slowly turn your hands in. Yep, into a clock. Yep, just keep going. And you can see ideally here you want their elbows nice and straight. So straighten out the arms and then rotate back again. So this is kind of a 2-in-1 exercise. We're working the ankles, the feet, the wrist. And then from here I want you to take your toes now and turn your toes underneath. So now we're gonna work the bottom of the feet and now I want you to rock back and forth. Kind of stretching out the feet so people have Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis. And now we're gonna go back to the ankles flat again. Yep, nice and flat, rock side to side. Now you're starting to add a little bit more range of motion here. And one last thing here with the wrist, you can actually turn the wrist over. You gotta be careful here. So they're turning their hands over. And it's the same thing, you're gonna form a clock with the hands now. So we see a lot of carpal tunnel, wrist issues, hand issues. Again, just begin with this, and the goal is to try to keep the arms straight. And one last time, let's put your hands flat again. Let's slide your hands out in front of you a little bit more. And now we're gonna put a little more pressure. So you're gonna move their body a little bit more forward, and now you're gonna add a little bit more to that wrist, okay? And rock the ankles side to side again. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're gonna work into the lower back. So now they're gonna lay flat on their back. You're gonna have your feet facing the mirror. And you're gonna stick that foam roller right at the base of your spine, so right at the curvature of your spine. Now, anytime you add a little bit of curvature there, it adds a little bit of space. So during the day, the back gets a little bit more into flexion. So just by laying on this like this, it just allows the back, oh wow, that feels great, okay? You can take your arms overhead to stretch out. And the first exercise I want you to do is take your soles of your feet and put them right together. This is called psoas. So again, the hip flexor gets really tight in the back, and all they're doing right now is stretching out the upper back, and they're stretching out the hip flexors. And you can gently rock it side to side. When people get in this position, they're like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. Then from there, I want you to slide back a little bit farther away from the mirror. and straighten your legs out. And during the day, these hip flexors get really tight, so all I want you to do is bring one knee in and hold it. So you're just gonna bring that knee in and hold it. And you can pay attention to your breath. You can close your eyes, and then switching legs. So if you're feeling like you have some back issues, this is so safe because of the foam roller creates space in the body. Let's do one more time. So again, this is a chill pill for your body and your mind. One more time. So now that the hip flexors are warmed up a little bit, now we're going to hit the hamstrings a little bit, the back of your leg. So now just going to bring the leg up and give it just a gentle pull, and then nice and slow going down on the other side. So this is a really safe way to stretch out your hamstrings. It's good for your hip flexors. It's actually working your core in a very safe way. And the last one here, I just want you to grab onto the foam roller, on each end of the foam roller, and then you're just going to put your knees together, and you're just going to rock your knees side to side. And when you go side to side, look in the opposite direction. So we're stretching out the neck, the spine. So simple, feels so good. So again, these are some restorative movements to relax the body, quiet the mind. All right, from here, we're going to get rid of the foam roller and we're going to move closer to the wall. So you're going to scoot back a little farther. Our feet are not going to be on the wall yet. Our feet are going to be down, but this is really simple. So now what we're going to do is just cross the ankle at the knee. And again, we're still quieting the mind, relaxing. You can close your eyes. And while you're there, I just gently want you to rock side to side. So almost take your knee right to the floor and then back up. Yep, and just rocking side to side. Yep. Fantastic restorative movements for the body. All right, switching legs. So we're not forcing the knee, we're just letting the body go. Just rocking the body back and forth. And then from here, I want you to bring both knees together, same movement, so feet are together. Put your inner thighs together, and all I want you to do is now we're going to just make a goal post with your hands, okay? So we're going to put a goal post right here with the hands, and we're going to rock the legs side to side. So believe it or not, just changing your hand position here makes a huge difference. And try to keep those knees together. So when you do that, there's a lot of tug in that back. Again, loosening up that back. All right, from here, we're going to gently cross the knee at the knee. Our feet are still down. So again, we're working the glute area, part of the lower back, switching sides again. So this is just really gentle getting you ready for the wall. And now slowly we're moving close to the wall. So now we're going to put the feet on the wall. And we're going to repeat those two movements. You're going to bend the knees. And you don't want to get too close to the wall. So again, if you feel like your hips are coming off the wall or your rear end, then you're too close. If you feel like you don't have enough stretch, then you move closer to the wall. But what's so safe about this, now my back is basically supported by the floor. If you want to add a little stretch to it, you can put your hand on your knee and push your knee away from you. Again, real gentle. This is restorative. All right, switching sides. What I love about the floor, because now you'll find one side's a little bit more tight than the other, but the floor and the wall are doing the support, so you don't have to do any work. It's like getting your own personal massage. Okay, now we're going to cross the knee at the knee. Yep. So now you can probably feel this a little bit. So now we're into your rear end's getting a little stretch here. And if you want to pull that knee to the opposite shoulder, just pull it into the shoulder, not out, just into the shoulder, you're going to feel even more stretch, okay? And switch sides. So again, real easy, we're not forcing it. Pay attention to your breath. Close your eyes. And then as we move closer to the wall, so now we're going to spread the legs apart. And you're just going to let the legs hang. And one thing nice about this exercise or this stretch right here, it opens up the back. So again, the pelvic, the SI area just opens right up. So it's fantastic now if your hamstrings and your legs, if it's your lower back, if you want to add a little arms to it, you can take the arms overhead, stretch out your back. Again, closing your eyes, pay attention to your breathing. And one of my favorites here is called a waterfall. And you're just going to take your rear end as close as you can to the wall. You're going to straighten your legs right up. Now again, all the blood's coming back to the heart and the head. It stretches out the hamstrings. Now if you want to add a little stretch to this, you can bring your toes back down towards you. And you can also point your toes up. So again, restorative movements for the calves and the ankles, the hamstrings. And as we end here, I'm going to have both of you slide back a little bit. And I want you to take your towel and put it right over your eyes. Straighten your legs right out, take the towel, put it right over your eyes. It's been the end of the day. And all I want you to do is focus on your belly breathing. So as you take a deep breath, the belly actually rises. And you exhale, the belly comes back down. Let all the cares go away. Focus on the coolness of the breath. Sometimes we need to step back and allow the body to recover. During our days, we are working hard, the body gets out of alignment, we sit too much. Allow the body to restore itself. So I know personally for myself, this is something I do on a regular basis. It really helps to relax my body and quiet my mind. So if you feel like you have too much anxiety, you're having trouble sleeping, you got aches in your joints, connective tissue, the magic's here. Give yourself some time to restore the human body and your mind. How do you feel? Do you feel restored? You feel relaxed?
Must stay here.
How do you feel, Kristen?
Bedtime?
Feel good?
Mm-hmm.